Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Fish Story. Welcome. My name is Paul, in case I forgot. And then Tommy can introduce himself because...
Hey, how's it going, everybody? I'm Tommy with Outsider Tackle Box. I'm here stuck every Saturday morning with my good friend, Paul. And I'm looking forward to another Fish Story day, listening to your fish stories, and arguing with this fool next to me. So, yeah.
bringing
Welcome.
happiness to the world through the joys of fishing.
Oh,
I
yeah,
almost thought you were going to
No.
do the whole intro.
No.
I wasn't sure how far you were
No.
going to go with it.
Our fans already know what we're doing because they enjoy the stories. They enjoy what we do.
That'd be cool just to do an episode if they just thought and knew what we were going to say. We won't have to say anything. We can just have like blank airspace and just be like, oh, this is Fish Story.
It's still early. He hasn't had his coffee
They
yet.
bring happiness to the world.
That my face showed up on the camera and my voice is on the mic. That is happiness.
Well, we have a display here. This is a thank you to Felix and Tommy for taking me fishing. My wife was actually able to do all kinds of fun stuff without me that day. So this is what you get in return. This is like this is her happy. Please take him away.
This is awesome. We actually get thanked for having to deal with him for a whole day. What does that say? What does that say to you?
So today's episode is brought to you by Real Motivated Fishing. So thank you very much
Yes.
to them for sponsoring the show.
Yes, thank you to the guys from RMF.
RMF.
And I'm going to be honest with you.
I'm a real RMF.
I'm a real I'm a real MFer.
I'm a real MFer.
Oh man! So you will be seeing some of their products in our upcoming boxes in March.
I brought some.
Oh, we have some? We
Yeah,
have some.
they're in a container.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes,
real RMF.
they are some pretty
They're
awesome
not
jigs.
going to come to you like this. This is just the way that sponsors get their product, and so we get it, not you.
But
It'll come in a different packaging, but
but
it's
what they are is they are some pretty awesome jigs, and don't know if you can really see them there, but they're really awesome jigs. And you can hook on a nice little trailer there, and go ahead and get jiggy with it. But yeah,
getting jiggy with it.
no,
That's not the song?
no.
Oh, there it is. Sometimes I break out in song. I don't know if it's the actual song.
That's sad.
It's my version.
It's my
And then
version.
I always say, are they singing that? I see the camera moving, and I'm not sure why. I think our engineer is drinking beers along with us.
No, I'm
Don't worry.
showing the
We're taking the tour.
sponsor.
We're taking the tour. Don't worry.
Oh, you're taking it to the next level. See, now we have a camera that actually, usually it's static, and then the cameraman falls down. Like
That's only happened
or
once.
kicks it, or... The great thing is, like, you guys, you know, here's what's great. Like, me and Tommy are doing all the work, but in the background, there's, like, guys drinking beers, and then sometimes Rick, he's not here today, but he'll straight fall asleep. Like, he'll sit down.
He does.
He'll sit down and fall asleep. But he's looking right at you, but sleeping.
That's
And,
true.
like, just, you know, like...
or
he's got
sometimes
the-
he just disappears. Like we all don't know where he went, and he's
Yeah.
in a room full of a bunch of people. All of a sudden, he's just gone.
Nowhere to be
He's
seen.
like a freaking magician,
Yeah, and then we go fishing, and
like a
he's-
genie. Just poof.
And we're like, where is he? And he's like, I don't know.
Anybody see Rick leave? No. There you go.
Where'd he go?
Give him a call. He's like, oh, I'm in Vegas. What? When'd you leave?
I had this and that to do, and this and that. Okay, I didn't realize that the radio show was like in your way. thanks for.
But yeah, no, I mean it's funny because like we do have quite a crew behind the camera, and you know, unfortunately and fortunately for you guys, all you have to look at is these two ugly mugs. But there's a whole lot more ugly behind the camera.
Yes. What What did you do for Valentine's Day? Anything?
Absolutely nothing.
Did you like the meme that I sent?
Yes, that was
It's
funny.
proof that Daddy's not always fishing.
Yeah, that was a great meme. That was a great meme. However, like I said, I did absolutely.
I'm mostly
nothing.
giving credit to myself for
I know
doing
you
all
were.
the
I know you were.
social
I didn't
media.
want to feed into that too much. How'd you like my meme I did?
All right.
You like the work that
Let's
I do?
call Austin Garrett. This has got a good story behind him. He actually is a supplier for Fishing for Caden.
Oh,
He sent
nice,
in
nice,
the
nice.
bait for that tournament, mealworms and worms, and so he supplied that whole tournament with their live bait, which is
Nice.
pretty awesome.
Nice.
Thank you to Austin Garrett for doing that. He sold a fish finder and is donating the money to Fishing
awesome.
for Caden.
That's awesome.
So we are happy to have him on.
Absolutely.
And let's give him a call. He sent in a photo, which our staff is supposed to be showing us, but is not. And so I'm not sure what kind of fish story he's going to give us because
He had a few pictures there. I do know that.
Okay. Well, let's give him a call and let's get him on the fish story.
He had his little fishing buddy with him. I know that.
All right, here we go.
So-
Calling Austin
All
Garrett.
right, let's give him a little music there. I do the floss, but I don't know how. I always see my kids doing the floss. Hello?
Hello, is this Austin?
It is.
Austin, how are you? Paul, Outsider Tackle Box radio show and podcast. Good buddy Tommy sitting next to me.
Hey, how's it going, Austin? He says good buddy, but he doesn't mean it. I know that for a fact.
Well, when you talk to your...
I'm
when
doing
you
pretty good.
Yeah. Sorry, we interrupted your intro. We didn't even give him a chance to
I
say
know.
hello or
I know.
anything.
We Austin, sorry about that. We tend to argue a lot. It's, we get along, but we don't. So anyway.
Well, we're going to get back to Austin's
Yes.
fish story because
Yeah.
you and I can talk later.
Unfortunately.
But we gave Austin a great intro. We just let everybody know that he supplied Fishing for Caden, which took place last weekend.
Yep.
And that was a fundraiser. Excuse me.
Oh, you got a frog in your throat?
I almost lost my... Well, there it is again. Well, that's not going to sound good. Let's get some water.
There you go. You got water right there.
No, I got
beer.
beer.
Yeah. well, it
So
works just
Austin donated the proceeds of a fish finder to Fishing for Caden to help that young man battle leukemia. So thank you very much for doing that. And we also understand that you supplied the live bait to Fishing for Caden. Caden?
the Fishing for Caden tournament as well.
Yes, it's not a.
I,
Go ahead.
I was going to, yeah, but I didn't make it up there.
Oh, okay, okay.
He didn't make it, but nor did we. So we couldn't make it up there, but we sponsored the tournament. So I mean, if you
any little thing helped,
Yes.
and I mean, as long as you showed your love, you did what you could do, and I mean, whether it be the weather or funds and stuff like that, but if you can do anything, and it sounds to me like you did by donating the fish finder and selling and the fish finder and giving the proceeds and stuff, I mean, that alone speaks volumes over so many that didn't even attempt to do anything.
Yes. So
Yeah.
thank you very much, Austin.
Yeah.
And the idea behind the radio show and podcast is to spread happiness to the world through the joys of fishing. And we know that you are already doing that. So thank you very much for supporting causes like Fishing for Caden.
Mm-hmm.
And you did send in a couple of photos for the fish story.
Yep.
Everyone who listening enjoys hearing where people caught the fish, the bait they were using, and the size if you were able to measure it or weigh it. So let's go ahead and hear your fish story, and then you could talk a little bit about your company, where to find you for our listeners who are interested in ordering your product. And he has live bait.
Yeah,
And
he's
so
got
I was very
mealworms and
interested
stuff.
in
I am
like
too.
how to send and how does that work, like
Yeah, I am too. I mean, I'm
farming and all that.
we got to
worms
figure
and
out how to
millworms.
work into that. But yeah, the stage
Yeah.
is yours, Austin. Go for it, man.
Okay, yeah, I raised bait, and then I can ship or deliver, or it depends how far away it is. But I ship too.
Okay.
I have a lot of like ice fishing bait, and then I also have earthworms, and they call them ice worms. They're a European
Mm-hmm.
earthworm, and they're actually good for summer too.
Okay.
They're real lively.
Yeah, interesting story.
I can't think of what-
When I buy worms, I just use any kind of worm. I don't even look to see where they come from.
But you also don't catch any fish, so there you go.
That's true, Austin. Tommy took me fishing.
Me and
This
Felix
weekend.
took you.
Okay, so Felix and Tommy go fishing more than I do because they go and have fun while I do all the work, basically.
Wah, wah, wah.
And and they catch fish, and they were like, "Let's take Paul, because we got to get a fish photo up with him." So they took me to the place where they catch fish the last few times, and of course I didn't catch any fish. So he's
None
gonna
of us
point
caught
that out
fish. You
today.
caused us all to get skunked, which we are starting to believe that you're just a bad luck charm.
So,
we'll never take you again.
Austin is talking about where the worms came from.
Mm-hmm.
Fish go to meals just like we do, and they're like, "This is a delicacy.
Well, yeah.
This
I mean,
is a European worm. I want to bite some of that."
exactly. That's
Yeah.
what they walk. They swim up with their little bib on, and they're like, I'm feeling
Tell me
like
what the specials are today.
I'm
Mr.
feeling like
Waiter.
a European worm today.
I could see the meme now. All right, tell us a little bit about the photo that you sent in. You sent in a few. It looks like you got a fishing buddy with you. Where did you catch those fish, and bait you were using? And where
Yeah,
the yeah.
Oh, I thought we went to a fish lake. My daughter likes to go there because there's a lot of perch,
Mm-hmm.
and we just used a little ice fly
Mm-hmm.
with red mealworm.
Nice.
They were ranging about 7 to 8 inches. We don't have real big perch down here.
Nice. She looks really happy in the
Just
picture.
lots
Yeah, she's adorable.
Yeah,
So congratulations, and you got a
He
good
loves
fishing
it.
buddy to go with you. And in the cold too.
Yeah,
Like
I think-
Tommy and I both have kids, and to get them fishing is just,
It's a chore.
it is quite the effort. I feel like it's harder than it should be. It's
Yeah.
like
Well, you got to pull them away from their phone and whatever video game they're trying to play. And
yeah.
but no, I
Yeah,
mean,
and she,
what?
as soon as I wake her up, she's up and ready to go fishing.
Oh,
We actually left about 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock that morning,
that's awesome.
Oh
and she was
wow,
all she was all for it.
that's awesome. I
Yeah.
love that. It's because like
She went out in the
when you play sports. Tommy didn't play sports. He was like a band guy. But I so wanted
That
to
is so
be
not
that
true.
sports dad, like going to and from sports games and coaching, and it just didn't happy.
It didn't happy. Well, obviously
I
you
like when
failed English.
I tried to talk. Like it's not like Tommy monologues. Like I try to form a sentence and it just doesn't happen. I think what I was trying to say was that I'm sad.
And I have no friends.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Anyway, no.
And that I love fishing and it brings me happiness. That's where it was going to end up. So the end of that story was fishing brings me
dude,
joy.
we traveled a broken road that you just took us on that journey.
I wanted to take you down a route of because Austin has that, and I was just trying to highlight that. That's amazing. He's got a little fishing daughter, and I love everything about that story, that photo.
Austin, how many kids do you have, if you don't mind me asking?
I only have one.
You only have the one, and she's a fisherman. So there you go. That alone is
She's
the
almost-
greatest. What's
Yeah,
that?
she's almost 8 now.
Oh wow, yeah. So she's growing up, and you know what? But these are the things that she's gonna remember. You know.
Thanks for the
She's-
memories,
Yeah.
Dad. She's
Yeah.
gonna listen back to this and be like, hey, my daddy was on the radio
Talking to two idiots.
talking. I don't know if she would say something like that because
She would think it
she's
probably.
still PG, you know.
Well, yeah, she'd think it. She wouldn't say that out loud. My sons think it all the time. Like, Dad's dumb. What'd you say? Nothing.
Well, it's the thing about being a dad, right? Like, they're taught to get everything right. Like, it's
Yeah.
all grade system, A, B, you know, and
Sticker on your forehead is what you
everybody
used to
wants
get.
to get an A, you know? So it's like they're trying to be correct in everything they do. And so as a dad, you have to be like, it's okay to be yourself and not be an A all the time.
Yeah.
Grade-wise, A means excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're an A, but you're a different type of A that I know of.
I knew you were going to go there, so I wanted to make sure that I explained what the A was.
I'm just saying. Whatever. Anyway.
It's fun being a parent because you're always like the bad guy and the dumb guy.
Well, yeah.
And you and I
You're
play
more
the
so the dumb one.
There's no better person to play dumb than you and me.
Yeah, that's true.
We wouldn't be sitting behind the mics if we weren't.
If we were actually smart.
Yeah, we would. We're the only ones dumb enough to
But,
do this.
Austin, so tell me a little bit more about the worms and the bait that you raise.
Name of the
and-
company, yeah,
yeah.
and how to find him. So people listening in, where do they find your baits? And we'll send
It's
it.
called Central.
Go for it, man.
Oh, sorry. It's called Central Utah Mealworms and Bait.
Okay.
We're out of Levan, Utah, so we're about central Utah.
Okay.
And you can find me on Facebook. I got a Facebook page called Central Utah Mealworms and Bait.
Mm-hmm.
We have the link. We'll put that up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Awesome. And then, like, how?
I sent some bait to Georgia already.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the farthest I've sent so far is Georgia.
Okay. Well,
And
maybe
they all arrived good. And
we might have to have you send some our way so we can try them out here and maybe do some trout fishing out here with those.
Every kind of fish likes.
I know, but I'm just saying it's more trout season right now, currently, over here. Trout and like panfish and
All
stuff.
I'm saying is
Well,
fish like worms.
Yeah, well,
Like you think you're fishing for bass, and then you catch a sturgeon.
yeah, no, little sturgeon.
And I'm actually working on making nitro worms, green worms.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. See, this just
How
Yeah,
do you
and that's
how do you get a worm green? Is that natural? Or do you?
I have
No,
no.
you have to feed them certain things.
Oh, okay.
See, I have no idea how that works, and that's what I'm saying. I find this interesting because, one time a few years back, I did a kind of a science project with my older son, and we did a like a little compost out of like a Rubbermaid container, and we had some soil in there. We had some night crawlers and earthworms, that kind of thing in there, and it was just kind of fun to watch them eat the product, eat the compost and everything. It was just more of a science type of thing.
Your son was eating the compost?
Not my son, the worms.
Oh, the worms.
No, my son ate the food prior to the being compost, but no. So I find it interesting.
I followed that story completely wrong.
Yeah, you did, but you follow everything wrong. So, but
You said I did a
I find
project
it.
with my
Shut
son.
up. Sorry, Austin. See what I mean? This is what you get, dude. We're just a bunch of idiots. But no, I mean, is that similar to what it is? I mean, when you're farming these worms, or
Yeah, that's pretty much all we do, especially with the European worms. We just have them in big bins,
mm-hmm. Okay.
and then we just put coffee grounds and.
I was just
and
gonna say
any food.
European worms probably like tea, but apparently they do coffee.
You're so stupid. Oh, they eat tea and crumpets, and they sit there and they do whatever European worms do.
Why wouldn't they?
Complain about the American worm.
Yes. They drink tea. It's tea over there, not
They're
coffee.
like-
But these worms.
They sit
like
there and they're
coffee.
like, "Oh, the people over there in the Rubbermaid container.
But the,
Poo poo on you."
The nice thing about
we're too good for these fish.
What was
the
that?
nice thing about the European worms is they're good for ice fishing.
Uh-huh.
They don't die as quick as the Canadian worms do.
Oh well.
Regular night crawlers.
Yeah.
They die a lot faster than under ice.
Well, I mean,
And you would think the Canadian
I know
worms
I would
used
die.
to be in ice.
Yeah, I know you would think so. I would
And
die.
here the
under
European
ice.
worms are the better ones.
Yeah. Canadian.
Shame on those
The Canadian
Maple
worms
Leafs.
didn't get the memo.
I almost,
They only survive in Saskatchewan.
we have terrible Canadian jokes.
And we do.
Yeah.
We're
I
terrible.
said Maple
You're
Leaf.
terrible people.
But yes, we'll put a link on how to find Austin and his company.
Yes.
He's got a Facebook. You can order from him and get your live baits shipped to you so that you can get out there and catch more fish.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you know, I'll be in contact with you, Austin. I'm actually curious as to you know, maybe I can grab like a sample or something from of your worms or whatnot, so we can try them out here, and we can figure out some way to get them out into the boxes or something like that. We'll figure something out.
Yes,
Okay,
because he
awesome.
likes to do projects and eat compost from our earlier story.
Yeah.
That's kind of how that goes.
Only
down.
on Thursday nights. I only eat compost on Thursdays. Sorry, I got
Well,
it.
maybe it would
That's how I keep my curvy figure.
it would like ooze out of you, and just the smell.
What the hell are you going with?
The smell, like it would. I was gonna say protrude, but I don't think. I don't think.
Stop
I should
using words
use-
that you can't spell.
I won a spelling bee once when I was younger.
When you were in kindergarten and the words were like A and I. And...
I won a spelling bee using the word hippopotamus. That's how I won it.
Hippopotamus?
I don't know that I can spell it now, but I did back then.
You can't spell. Oy. See, Austin, all we do is make fun of each other because, I mean,
Can
that's...
you spell hippopotamus, Tommy?
I'm sure I could if I
Okay.
thought about it and it wasn't freaking 7 o'clock in the morning.
Well, I just wanted to see how well you would have. See, there are other words you had to get to be in the last word, which was hippopotamus, and I won.
Good for you. Now that we've all traveled down the road of Paul's childhood and how he won a spelling bee, let's all give a round of applause. And you're the only one clapping for
No?
yourself.
Do we have sound effects somewhere? See, the thing is, I would have to have the sound effects in front of me
No, no.
for us to hear that.
Yeah, no.
Our engineer will do that later. We'll add it
Okay,
in.
well, there you go. So anyway,
Austin Garrett. Austin comes to us from Utah. He has a bait company.
Yep.
Tell us the name of the bait company again, Austin.
Central Utah Millworms and Bait.
Central Utah Millworms and Bait. So look them up on Facebook. He has a Facebook page.
Yep.
And you can order from him there directly. He ships all over the nation.
Yep.
And so you get live bait to your doorstep and go catch more fish.
Yep. He's got worms.
He's got worms.
Not that kind of worms, but he's got worms for you.
He's got good worms.
Yeah.
Not just any kind of worms. Drinking tea worms.
Tea drinking worms.
European worms, they eat coffee in their compost.
Yeah, pinky's out too.
Yes, they do. They come complete with accent, and they will catch those fish. No,
Bloody-
and all
You put them on the hook, and they're like, "Bloody hell, it's cold out here."
That's just fun for us, but really, it is a great company. Austin donated
Yes.
bait to a tournament.
Well, he yeah,
and so
and
every fish you
he
see
donated-
there was likely caught by something Austin gave to
Well, you
Fish
missed
for
that
Caden.
first part. He said that he was unable to get up there to send the bait or to make it, so he didn't provide the bait like he wanted
Yeah.
to. So you missed that part. But he did donate or sell a fish finder and turned around and gave the proceeds to Deborah, or Debbie, who was the grandmother of Caden,
Okay.
who threw on the whole tournament. Her and Michael. So
Basically,
that's what happened.
You're
So
trying to say I'm dumb.
I'm not saying that. Yes, I am saying that.
As far as everybody else that was listening, they believe that he donated bait to the
Well,
tournament.
he corrected you the first time
Yeah, but why correct me again?
because you were wrong a second time.
It doesn't matter how I try, I'm still gonna be wrong.
Yeah,
I can't fix this,
Just
can I?
no.
No.
You can't dig up.
It's like
You dug yourself
It's
into
the-
the hole. Don't
it's
dig.
the sturgeon is a shark
Yeah,
story again.
it's all over with that. Yeah.
You know what? We're gonna say that he donated the worms.
No, you're just saying that because you're just trying to fix your oops.
In a way, he did donate the worms. They just didn't make it there.
Austin,
It's a
please
technicality.
excuse my friend. He's a little slow. Anyway,
Central Utah.
yep. What's that? I'm sorry?
I do have somebody. I have somebody that wants to say hi though.
Oh,
Absolutely.
perfect. Yeah, let's
Absolutely.
do that.
Okay, here she is.
Hi.
Hey
Hi.
there. How are you?
Welcome to the show. You are on a Fish Story radio show and podcast, and we have a photo of you holding a fish, and you look happy. And so, thank you, Daddy, for giving us that memory, and sharing it with all of us listening.
Absolutely.
So yes,
And I'm going to assume that you guys are big Broncos fans.
they're in Utah.
I'm
They're wearing Broncos.
I'm going with the Broncos. Are you a Broncos fan, sweetie?
Yeah.
Good job. All right. I like that.
Go Broncos.
Go Broncos. All right.
Listen to Daddy always. Daddy's fun, and thank him for letting you come on a radio show and say hi to everybody. This is going to be broadcast all over the world.
Yeah, your voice is going to be on YouTube and on iTunes and all sorts of things right now. So, and people across all over the world will get to hear you.
Yeah, we have quite a bit of listeners. I was going over to Tommy, like how far we go, and so it's quite amazing. There's people hearing your voice all over, so that's pretty
Although
neat.
the people over in Europe right now are probably going, "Why are they making fun of our worms?"
We love that you like to fish with Dad. That's
awesome.
That's awesome. So keep it up. Send in the photos to us, and we'll make sure to put them on our website for everybody to see. And then you could tell your fish story.
Absolutely.
Of how you caught that fish and how fun it was.
Okay.
All right. You guys have a great Saturday, all right? Austin, where are you at, bud?
Yep, you guys too.
All right. You
I'm
take
back.
care. You take care, man. Have a good Saturday. Tight lines.
From all
Fish
of us
more.
here, yeah, at Outsider Tackle Box Tight Lines, buddy.
Keep the pictures coming, man, and I'll get in contact with you about the worms, all right?
Okay, sounds good. Tight lines to you guys too.
All right. Take care, bud. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Austin.
Yep. Bye.
Bye. All right. That was a good call, man.
Yeah, Austin's a good
I
guy.
liked